Do you ever feel like you're sprinting through life but getting nowhere? Like you're constantly checking items off your to-do list, yet falling further behind? Not long ago, that was me, running on pure adrenaline, survival mode, and an endless stream of notifications. My health was suffering, my relationships were strained, and despite all my hustle, I felt empty. What I'll be talking about today is something that might feel almost radical in our hyper-productive world: slowing down. Now, I imagine you are probably watching this while multitasking, maybe folding laundry, commuting, or scrolling through another app. Our culture has convinced us that doing more equals being more. But after years of chasing that belief, I've discovered something surprising. When we slow down, we actually accomplish what matters most. Slowing down isn't about becoming lazy or unproductive. It's about becoming intentional. It's about making space to hear our own thoughts and reconnect with what truly matters to you. Slowing down isn't just possible, it's the secret to actually move forward. So today I'm sharing the exact steps that have helped me break free from the rat race and create a life that feels spacious, intentional, and genuinely mine. Before diving into the how, let's talk about why slowing down isn't just nice, but it's necessary. Our bodies simply were not designed for constant urgency. When we live in perpetual rush mode, our stress hormones stay elevated, our sleep suffers, and our immune systems weaken. I learned this the hard way after severe burnout. Mentally, the cost is just as high. Anxiety thrives in rush environments. Our creativity, that essential human quality that helps us solve problems and find joy, requires space and silence to flourish. And perhaps most importantly, our sense of self begins to erode when we never slow down enough to check in with our hearts and our minds. Our relationships suffer too. How many times have you half listened to someone that you love while mentally planning your next task? Slowing down actually makes us more effective. Research shows that rest and reflection boosts productivity more than endless grinding. When we slow down, we make fewer mistakes, better decisions, and focus on what truly deserves our attention. The first step is to become aware of your pace. And the first step to changing your pace is simply noticing it. Most of us rush on autopilot, completely unaware of how frantically we're moving through our days. So try this. For just 3 days, become a detective in your own space. Notice when you're rushing. Maybe it's during your morning routine, or transitions between work tasks, or when you're preparing dinner. Pay attention to the physical sensations. Is your breathing shallow? Are your shoulders creeping toward your ears? Are you speaking faster than usual? I discovered that even when brushing my teeth aggressively, I could save precious seconds by applying more pressure. That awareness was humbling, but yet very powerful. So let's develop what I call the 3-breath pause. Before moving from one activity to another, take 3 slow, deep breaths. This tiny little practice creates a moment of consciousness between activities instead of blurring everything together into one frantic day. Step 2. Create margin in your schedule. One of the biggest revelations in my journey was understanding the power of margin, which is the space between things. Most of us schedule our days like flight attendants book seats, aiming for 100% capacity. But unlike airplanes, our lives need breathing room. So, start planning for 70% capacity instead. If you think something will take 30 minutes, schedule 45. This isn't wasteful, it's realistic. It accounts for the unexpected phone call, the technology glitch, or simply your human need to use the bathroom or drink some water. This might mean doing fewer things each day, which brings us to perhaps the most important skill for slowing down, which is saying no. Every yes to one thing is a no to something else. When I say no to an extra commitment, I am saying yes to be present with my family, to have adequate rest, or simply to add breathing room into my day. Remember, No is a complete sentence. You do not need to elaborate excuses. A simple, "I'm not able to take that on right now," honors both your limits and request. Step 3. Develop mindful daily rituals. The beauty of slowing down is that it doesn't require grand gestures or complete life overhauls. It starts with small daily rituals that anchor you in the present moment. Choose just one daily activity to transform into a mindful practice. For me, this was my morning coffee. Instead of gulping it down while checking emails, I now sit in my favorite chair, feeling the warmth of the mug in my hands, noticing the aroma, and simply breathe for 5 minutes before my day begins. Maybe for you, it's an evening walk where you leave your phone at home, or preparing dinner with your full attention on the colors, textures, and scents of the ingredients. These small practices become islands of peace in your day. Another powerful practice is creating tech-free zones in both your space and time. Perhaps your bedroom becomes a phone-free sanctuary, or the first hour after waking up is reserved for your own thoughts rather than the world's input. These boundaries protect your attention, which is your most valuable resource. Step 4. Simplify your environment. Our external environment directly impacts our internal state. Physical clutter creates mental clutter, demanding small decisions and dividing our attention countless times each day. You don't need to become a minimalist overnight. Start with just one small area, perhaps your bathroom counter, your desk, or even your car. Remove anything that doesn't serve a purpose or bring you joy. Notice how that cleared space affects your mind. With each item you own comes the responsibility to maintain, clean, organize, and eventually dispose of it. Fewer possessions mean fewer weekend hours spent managing your stuff and more time for experiences that actually fill your cup. I found that simplifying my wardrobe not only reduced laundry and decision fatigue, but also helped me define what truly matters to me. Those extra 20 minutes each morning, once spent staring at my closet, are now spent in quiet reflection, a trade-off I'd make again and again. Step 5. Reconnect with natural rhythms. Perhaps the most profound shift in my relationship with time came from reconnecting with the natural rhythms. Our modern lives have disconnected us from the cycles that governed human existence for thousands of years. Exposure to morning sun regulates your body's internal clock, improving sleep and energy levels. When possible, take your coffee or breakfast outside, or by a window that receives natural light. Notice the seasons changing around you. Even in urban environments, trees transform, temperatures shift, and different foods become available. Eating seasonally not only provides better nutrition, but grounds you in the natural cycle of abundance and rest. Spend time in nature, even if it's just a small park or your backyard. Research shows that natural environments reset our attention and reduce stress. As you begin this journey, remember that slowing down in itself is a slow process. Start with just one change rather than trying to overhaul your entire life at once. Use visual reminders to stay connected to your intention. A special mug for your mindful tea, a small stone on your desk, or a post-it note with the word breathe can serve as anchors when the current busyness of life tries to sweep you away. Or find an accountability partner or community. Share your intention to slow down with someone who will gently remind you when you start accelerating again. Expect resistance, both from others who are accustomed to your pace and from yourself. Our culture has deeply ingrained the message that faster is better. When you start to feel that pull, simply notice it without judgment and recommit to your intention. Instead of tracking what you accomplish each day, track how you feel. Are you present, peaceful, connected? These are all true measures of a well-lived day. Slowing down is not a destination, but a practice. one that you'll return to again and again as life inevitably speeds up. When you find yourself rushing, it's not a failure, but an opportunity to gently guide yourself back to a more intentional pace. Remember that you're swimming against a powerful cultural current. Be gentle with yourself on the days when you get swept away. Simply notice, take a breath, and begin again. The greatest gift of slowing down is reclaiming your life as your own, not a life dictated by notifications, others' expectations, or cultural pressures, but a life that reflects your deepest values and brings you genuine fulfillment. I'd love to hear your experience with slowing down. What's one small step you're planning to take this week? I'd also love for you to join in on this journey with me so we can support each other in this countercultural journey toward a more intentional life. Until next time, remember, life isn't measured by how much you accomplish, but how fully you experience each moment.